Oh my! The fans have spoken. You know, I saw the title to this, and it immediately reminded me of my own poll. Because I forgot I put it out yesterday. And it hasn't even been 24 hours. Zack Snyder's Man of Steel crushes James Gunn's Superman in massive critical drinker poll. Well, that's big. Seen bigger. I didn't realize that my poll was even bigger than the drinkers poll. Now that's funny. So many jokes with that line, so many jokes. Because with the post here, it says that Drinker has 2,191 votes. But I took a look at mine. Whoa. I didn't realize that I had over 9,000 votes. It's over 9,000! I didn't realize I had over 9,000 votes. People are chiming in and voting for this poll. Wow. Now, me and his poll are similar, but a little different. And before you guys say, oh, the big size of the poll isn't big enough, because no. Plenty of polls are done with a sample size of a few thousand people to gauge the temperature of a particular subject going on in the nation. Also, sample sizes of a few thousand are used in studies. All right? Studies about a ton of things. Mental, physical, all types of things. Medications. So don't try that. And they in turn use those studies to further push forward with enhancing people, taking diseases out, changing laws, whatever it is that it is, all right? So, I ain't even got to the article yet. Look at that. That's crazy. 90-10 for Drinker right there. I gave a third option. So mine was restore the Snyderverse, keep the DCU, or what I've been saying forever, just let them both run parallel. You do that with the comics. Just do it with the movies. Look at that. I mean, WB, Netflix, Comcast, Paramount, Saudis, Snyder, Gunn. You see what's going on. Y'all see what's going on. Y'all know what the fans want. So give it to us. YouTuber Critical Drinker ran his own Superman poll during a live stream, and the results weren't even close. Unlike Grace Randolph's poll, which excluded thousands of Snyder fans due to years of blocking. I think, you probably can't participate in the poll. I know you're not allowed to comment. I wouldn't think you'd be allowed to participate. No, maybe you would be, though. I don't know. Although I don't think that would make much of a difference. I think it would be... I highly doubt Grace has blocked thousands of people. Well, no, I probably have over the years. I don't know. I don't know if that would really make a difference, though. So I think there's still... Anyway, so... Because you got plenty of shadow watchers. See, the people that get blocked are the people that run their mouth. You got plenty of people that sit in the shadows and hate on you. You know what I'm saying? It happens all the time. They're just lurking. And every once in a while, they'll get up the nerve to say something, then ban, blocked. But anyway, which excludes thousands of Snyder fans due to years of blocking. Drinker's audience poll wasn't skewed, and fans made their choice immediately. With more than 8,000 people watching live, fans picked Man of Steel over James Gunn's Superman within minutes. Out of 2,100, and Drinker's not particularly a fan of Snyder like that. So that shows you something interesting, because a lot of times you can, if you're a fan of something, you tend to attract a lot more, fans of a particular thing. So I find that interesting. With more than 8,000, let's say out of 2,191 votes at the time of the screenshot, a whopping 90% chose Snyder's. So that's why I said I don't know what his has now. And mine isn't even 24 hours old yet. A poll that actually reflects the audience. Drinker hasn't blocked the Snyderverse community, so his poll reached a full cross-section of the fandom. That's a direct contrast to Randolph's poll, where a huge portion of pro-Snyder accounts couldn't vote. The fact that, I'm going to try that. I'm going to put a poll up on my Twitter. No. I'll put it up on, it's already up. I'll tell Scarlo, I'm going to block you. I want you to see if you can vote. Now I'll unblock you, okay? The fact that Snyder dominated the poll in an open environment makes Randolph's poll, where Snyder won by only 1%, basically meaningless and completely worthless. The Critical Drinker has over 2.3 million subscribers, and his live streams regularly draw large engagement. When a creator with that reach runs a spontaneous poll and Snyder wins with 90% of the vote, that's not noise. That's clear indicator of where the fans' energy still is. You damn right, Cosmic Book News! Magnus still continues to resonate, especially as the Snyderverse interest surges across social platforms and international metrics. The fans' pollings line up with the box office history. James Gunn's Superman finished with 616 million worldwide, well below Zack Snyder's Man of Steel, which earned a 670.1 million back in 2013. Adjusted for today's dollars, Man of Steel comes in nearly 1 billion, a massive gap that shows how strong the global interest was in Snyder's version of Superman. Snyder also crushes Gunn internationally. Man of Steel performed far better overseas, and especially in China, where Gunn's film stalled. The foreign audience was a major driver of Snyder's DCEU success, and it continues to be a market where fans show stronger support for his take. That's kind of cool. It reminds me of Hasselhoff in a way. Like, Snyder's huge here, but he made me huger in other countries, because the Indian films totally emulate his style. And with it being big in China and also the Saudis, they're interested. It's interesting to me because David Hasselhoff, if a lot of you don't know, the Hoff, Knight Rider, Baywatch, he sought a musical career over here in the States and never got big, right? And apparently he had a big concert set up the day that OJ was running from the cops. So everyone ended up, it was a pay-per-view or something like that, so everybody was watching the news. They said that David Hasselhoff walked in the green room or whatever, and he was watching the news, and he was like, is that live? So he knew that if it was live, that people weren't going to be watching him. So, but, however, apparently, he's like huge, like Michael Jackson in Germany. I've seen this in a couple of different like things on him, documentaries or whatever have you, where they're like, yo, like, you understand his fame in Germany and parts of Europe. It's incredible. But we don't know about it over here because he's not huge like that for music here. He's only huge for his, But anyway, so the fans have spoken. Whoever buys Comcast, Paramount, Skydance, Netflix, whoever buys. The Saudis. Get her done. 10 million subscribers.